the left branch on at Skull River next to the broken witch tree. Look at you, you'd be hanging off of this thing.
Placed into the traversal order. So the traversal order is never explicitly computed.
Obviously, here, let me show you.
It's always implicit.
Let's get the Z-brush out, or tilt brush, or do whatever you need to do for
say, an array. This is just in our heads. Maybe I will draw it with a cloud around it. We're just thinking this. Okay, it's not in the computer explicitly. In the computer, all we store is this. And the reason is this is expensive. We can't maintain an array of things and be able to insert.
Here we go. So, if this is something you've done
and sit down
a couple of times. Wait, actually, let's talk about the binary tree here. One of the world's most dangerous planets for lots of reasons. Because this other one I was doing with the class, but I'm going to pop this back up real quick and let that go.
World-class cannabis seeds.
You get the deep tree running here.
Yo, what up, OGs? Grove 420 got here, and welcome back to Season 5 Continued. Today we are in our 4x4 grow tent underneath our G900 watt LED.
The trimming on this becomes something much more elaborate if I can pull out some of mine.
Brand new to the Grove 420 Guy channel, a new technique that we
These
were
main
not
lines have a
experimenting
series
with
now
yet,
of
except
growth
for this little grow down
structure
here.
under
As you can
models
see,
in
we have
cones
mainlined our
for
Zeus plant right down here, and it came out pretty nice.
This was
for what it does, but it splits down some time and growth. If you go up, the secondary stuff goes down, and some wave compression stuff happens on certain indexes of nodes. Now, you can clone this, you can bring this off, you could clop top, you could cut this a couple of different ways across phases, but what's going to happen inside of those limits? You know, those X limits are going to give you some base seed systems, so if you wanted to meta something like this, you would say, inside of there, I got to have some of the program limits of what this box is. And gravity is going to be pretty hardcore inside of there, given those ranges of real testing solutions against that index. And again, the program node to cover the spectrum in some of the trig that you would have here crossing through some pens rows on nodes at base levels, X, whether it be the light spectrum, seed spectrum, growth spectrums, water solutions, or nutrient solutions, soil solutions, air solutions, can funny car this thing into the rendering under that binary 0-1 because this is 0-1. This could be on, but a certain set, you'd be past this part or before this part where it's off or it's out, unless you wanted to carry that initial momentum through those sets of programming. So again, when you're programming some of the timing, breadth of hardware timing at the computer level with the chip programmer, the seed programmer here can make different results of what those things do, and they could time different, which changes the original gravitational node of that selection, but you're going to make your own.
So these were queries.
An overseries on those things, like I said, you can tell what the best growth structure is, the fastest timing to the results inside of those off of calculus yields. And if that's tracking something, let's say population, let's say conditional models, let's say let's more say MIT variances of these chalkboards are all the same. The nodes, the root, the square base on what this does correlates to the extension under a HUD, where I will just keep that down and hedge off all the middle nodes because they're having a base, but as long as they have one structure off there, I can keep that base set. Now from out here though, to cut off the A base has to be more of a re-veg flower after that, and dig it back up, put it in the, because that's an X node of its own set. Cut off some of these clones, let them grow up, nip some of these off, let that one grow, take a top, and clone that, depending on how you want to do it, which one's up. It's superposition for node types under phases like that.
So I want to insert this new node in the traversal order, which again is in our heads. This is all
right, but how? Why? Double and why?
our branches.
That's what we want to
anarchists don't
achieve.
care why.
We have to do it by manipulating this tree, and however we change
The only
the tree,
difference
it
is I
defines a
walk
new
up to
traversal
gun and be
order.
like, the only thing left I can do to build
So
trigger
maybe let's
laws
do an
is bang
example
your wife.
first.
Unconventional here with this main line is we've left some lower chute development.
Yep, okay,
Down on
that's
our
what I
plate
thought. I don't
You
even
guys
want
can
coffee,
see
but I
that.
can make you get it right.
Typically, you would clear off all of your growth
Maybe.
up in your inner nodes here.
Order.
up
Depending on how you
until
want to do that.
your head here, and
This
that
will
is
actually
work
stretch
your
out if you
head.
want to clean
So,
off those ones and let those
let's
ones
say
fall out. And the
the
mains,
first
that
thing we
thing will
want
get
to
real
do
big and bushy, and then you let that one pull out, and those will be your
is
two main risers. You can actually
insert
low stress train this thing from seed, pull it over, and then light train it in certain ways so they even off the structure and the bonsais and again the mainline power drop. Come those over, bring them out, leave them outside, just hedge that top to the square footage while you're stretching it out in the yard.
Vegetative growth
After.
cycle.
And green monster and green carpet
Like I
and coming
said,
around
you
there
wanna
like a
start
hedge.
doing this
You want to
around
grow up like 18 inches come
6
flower
nodes
season.
tall.
So you let it go.
Okay.
After the stretch
A
and
little
staking
bigger
it
than
down.
that.
So
that
insert
is
G
Getting a big,
before E. So
add
conceptually
big,
what we want to do is
chicken
insert
wire
G
is the layer,
here.
and then just keep pulling it back.
And the way, so we're given the node E,
We didn't want to
and we're given a sort of empty node, a node that just contains
Let
G,
it
it
just
doesn't have
grow
any
with two
pointers
nodes
yet.
until you're done.
And we
then
would like to
levels
put it
off,
before E.
level it off, come
It's gonna
Where
make
should I put it?
roughly what you think
Left
8,
child.
9, 10
very
weeks is,
full and
11 weeks,
robust
12.
So that's, this is an easy case.
So
If I'm trying to
let's
insert
get to
before
Yeah,
and there's
cut
no left
that.
child,
That
stick it
binary
there.
tree is
We're
0,
trying to
1.
insert
It's
after
on
and
and
there's
off
no
right
right
there. If
child,
you get that math,
stick
it's
it
going to
there.
get it. If you don't, you're not going to be inside the index of
One.
5 volts to switch off that switch.
Just have our white cookies that we're going to be working
So
with
here we're
with our
inserting
mainlining
after.
technique today.
So